Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Meals of the Week video. So today I've got quite a few meals to show you. The first one is I tried to make like a homemade Chinese meal. So I did these chips in the air fryer with the salt and chili flavoring you can get from Home Bargains. And then I made my own homemade like battered crispy chicken and my homemade sweet and sour sauce, which was with like pineapple and ketchup. I think there's a recipe online for it. With some peppers, onions and pineapple pieces in there. My only thing is it wasn't like my best tasting sauce. I think I made it a bit more on the sour side. So I'm just trying to work out to get the balance right, but it was still really nice either way. And next up, I was trying to make like this Greek wrap you can make. But I only had these chips and they were a bit too thick, and I was actually supposed to order like large wraps to do like one each, but they came as these mini wraps because clearly I didn't read the label properly. So yeah, I had to do it in these mini flatbreads. I think there's some like fajita fried chicken in there, some onions and peppers and some sour cream and some lettuce, and then I put a few of the chips on top. But yeah, it didn't really work out as well as much as I was planning, but I managed to fold them up just like this. My partner and I, he still really liked them, so it was a win overall. Next up, I made like a toad in the hole. I was actually supposed to use roast chicken, but I really couldn't be bothered this night. So I just used these chicken sausages from Heck. They're some of my favourite sausages now, so I'm probably going to start getting those on a weekly basis. I actually used these tin potatoes, not tomatoes. And I put those in the air fryer for about 20 minutes and they went all crispy brown. So that was a much more cheaper and effective way probably for me to keep my potatoes in the tin rather than buying them separately. So I did that with some broccoli and just in a large Yorkshire pudding with some gravy on top, and it literally took me like less than 20 minutes to cook the whole thing. But yeah, it was still really nice, and sometimes the simple meals are the best. So for the next night, my partner just requested like his favourite meal of all time. I think he could possibly eat it every day, which is just mac and cheese. I did make chicken Alfredo this night, but I really didn't like the sauce, so I had to like chuck the whole sauce away and start again. So yeah, we ended up with mac and cheese instead. But yeah, this was actually really nice, and I made the cheese sauce quite like thick and creamy. So yeah, I definitely would do it this way again. I added like the cheese powder in as well as adding cheese, which I feel like gave it a bit more flavour. But yeah, that's just a simple dinner for us tonight. So tonight I made us spaghetti bolognese. The only thing I'd say is this didn't go quite down as well. Not that it usually doesn't, but I only had like, I think it was turkey mince in the freezer, and I didn't have any beef mince. And when I make it with beef mince, it's so much nicer, and we love it. But yeah, this was with turkey mince, and we weren't a fan of the turkey mince, so I'm not going to buy that again. But yeah, usually it is really nice when I do make it with my beef mince. But yeah, I just served this with some spaghetti and some garlic bread on the side. Then next up, I didn't make this. I went out for lunch with my sister and my mum, and I just had a chicken tikka masala from Weatherspoons. I did watch a video on how they do this. They just shove it all in the microwave and then put it on the plate. But yeah, it's still one of my favourite meals to have at Weatherspoons, but I didn't have anything later on for tea that night because I had that, but we did have these cakes. That there was like a food festival going on in the town where I live, and they had these cakes. These were like 4 for £10. So one of them is a jammy dodger, one's a Kinder Bueno. There's an aero mint one that we'd already half ate, and I'm trying to think. Oh, it was a Lotus Biscoff cake for the other one, and these were really nice. It's a shame that I don't think the store's usually in town, so I couldn't go buy some more, but yeah, they were really, really nice, so we just shared those later on in the day. So next up, I'm making one of my Gusto box recipes. I pay for this box myself, but yeah, I'm making this Mexican style chili chicken burger bun recipe. But yeah, I got a new little tripod, but with my new tripod I can shoot videos like from above, so hopefully I can show you a few more how I cook. Probably starting from next week. This is the only video I've got in this video that makes no sense, like this and this one. But yeah, basically I should hopefully be able to do some better meals of the week videos for you. So I start off by chopping up some fries. Well, they're supposed to be fries, but mine came out more like chips because I'm not very good at cutting them into the correct size. So I did this. So then you just want to put them in an oven-proof dish, and you top it with some paprika and some oil and salt and pepper, and you just mix those together in your chips, and you bake those in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. So next up in a bowl, it told me to make the seasoning up for the chicken. So it's just some ground smoked paprika in there, and then next I'm going to use some ground coriander, I said. So you get these little sachets in this Gusto box as well, so it just kind of all comes together. And then you're going to add some more salt and some pepper into that mixture as well, and then give it a good stir up. You get your chicken pieces and you just mix the seasoning that you just created in the bowl, and you pop that on top of the chicken. Then I just got one of my new frying pans, and I just sprayed some olive oil in there, and you basically just want to cook your chicken pieces for about 10 to 12 minutes, well, until they've gone all white. So you just fry those up in the frying pan. And next, you just, whilst they're cooking in the frying pan, you just make up your salad. So it actually said to, I was supposed to do like some slices of tomato to go on top of the bun, but I did this part wrong. You're supposed to do like half of it chopped up into pieces, and then the other half as slices. But yeah, I did this bit wrong, but it doesn't really matter. I still made it work. Not a big deal. But then you want to start chopping up your lettuce. So it said to tear the outer leaves off, because these go as your topping on top of your burgers. And so I just teared off about 4 or 5 lettuce leaves, and then you want to chop the rest up like this, so that's to go as your salad dressing on at the side. Next, you make up your salad dressing. This was actually really nice dressing, so I'd make this again, but it's basically 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of some cider vinegar, and then some salt, and you just mix that up all together, and that's just to mix into your salad later on. When you've done that, your chicken should be about cooked, and you take your chicken out of the pan. You're actually supposed to shred your chicken up. This was another thing that I didn't read properly, and so I cut it up into 2 pieces, but it was still really nice either way, so it didn't really affect our meal, to be honest. But yeah, you basically put that back into the frying pan, and you mix that with some chipotle paste seasoning that you get in the box. You just put that on top of your chicken, and you cook that just for a further few minutes. In the meantime, you just add your lettuce and your tomato into the salad mix there, and you just coat it in the salad dressing that you've made. Yeah, that's basically just to serve on the side of your plate, as you'll see. Yeah, so you put your little salad mixture on the side of your plate, and then you get these little, I think it's ciabatta buns you get. You pop those in the oven for about 5 minutes until they go a bit crispy, and then I'm just going to top my buns with the chicken that we've we've made in our frying pan, and you just put that on top of your buns. Then you just get some mayo, so you get a little sachet of the Hellmann's real mayonnaise in the box. So I just put half of it on my burger, and then you just top it with the leftover tomato that you've got. Obviously these were supposed to be slices, as I said, I did cut that up wrong, and then you just top it with your lettuce leaves like so, just a couple on each, and then you just pop the bun lid on top, and that's basically your Mexican chicken burger. Then I just topped it with the paprika fries that we've made in the oven on the side of your plate, and that's basically your meal complete. Yeah, this was one of our favourite meals we actually had this week, so that's why I wanted to show you. But yeah, it was really nice, and it's definitely one that I could add to my meal rotation, because it wasn't like that complicated to make, and it's mostly ingredients that I've kind of got stored away in the house. So yeah, nice, quick, simple, easy dinner for us tonight. Then we had a roast dinner. This one was actually one that we ordered in. So there's a place in the UK called Toby Carvery, and you can get it actually delivered on Uber Eats or Just Eats, I believe. If you didn't know, so yeah, that's why that Yorkshire pudding looks so like flat, because it's not one that I actually homemade. But we ordered one with gammon and turkey, and you get roast potatoes, mashed potato, carrots, peas, gravy on top of there, and some stuffing. And yeah, we actually get a child's portion each, so this is about £6.50 each delivered, because yeah, apparently that's a child's meals, because we used to order like an adult one each, but it was just way too much food. So yeah, if you're gonna do it, definitely get the child's portion, because you don't need to pay the full price for an adult one. But yeah, that's basically just a quick ordering meal that we had for dinner tonight. And the last meal I've got to show you tonight is I got this katsu chicken curry recipe. This is another Gusto box one that I've made. I would make this one I get home, except for the fact that it come with like sushi rice that you lay the katsu chicken on top, which we weren't really that much of a fan. It turned a little bit soggy. I don't know if that's just the way that I cook the rice, but I definitely would just use normal jasmine rice if I was going to make this from scratch again. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this week's Meals of the Week. I really hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye.